Hello everybody. Right, I'm going to call this Try It Tuesday. Okay, I'm filming this on the Monday. I've already done a couple of sheets with my gel press. Okay, there's all different sizes. I've made my own. I've got that one that actually is in bits because it fell apart. Needs remelting again, but I will post a link below on how you make them from Pinterest, because I used that for quite a few years. I can honestly say I'm not brilliant with it. For some unknown reason, I struggle a little bit with it. But I wanted to create a few backgrounds. I've done it, but I always find it too dense. But now that I didn't realise that you can use alcohol inks and things like that, so I'm going to have a play with that. But I'm just going to start off with the very basics, okay, of it. Well, it is basics to what's out there, honestly. But I just thought I would give it a go today. Try it Tuesday. Come on, let's get these things out and have a play. And I will use them after. I will do a few things with what we make. I'm going to use some leaves because I'm thinking autumn. I need, I know it's midsummer, but I need a little bit of inspiration for when I do my digi kits. And sometimes things like the backgrounds and that I incorporate in my work. So I've got the big one now. I wish, to be honest, that I'd even got the bigger one. This is 12 by 12. I wish I'd got the 16 by 12 because then I could have done fabric, because I do fancy having a go at some fabric. And I've seen some of that, and honestly, it's absolutely amazing. So, search YouTube, please. This is just me playing today. Okay, and having a bit of fun, getting mucky, and then I'll make something up after it. I'm using most probably more vintage colours because of what I do. I like bright colours. I've got the Dilutions tucked away for my art journal and that, because I do like to use bright colours. But because I want to incorporate some of this maybe in a journal in autumn, that's the colour palette I'm going for. Yeah, and I've got two brayers. I've got some titanium white. I use these for pulling off, and that I haven't got much of that left, which that one's really good for vintage. Buff titanium. That's pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, you'll see. I'll sort of show every time I use a colour, but I mean, you might not like my colour palette, so we shall have a go. Oh, I've got some leaves. That's just an ivy leaf. I've literally gone outside my studio and I got all weeds. But that's not a weed, but this is, well, ivy could be classed as a weed. I'm not sure. There. So that's all I've got. And, I got a plastic one. That is one of the best. Okay, I was going to cut that off. I did. Okay, I do really like that one. Use that one a lot. So yeah, so these I quite like there's not too veiny, those, but they're really nice. And some of the smaller ones are these. So they don't last very long because they're weeds. But last long enough for me to do a couple of sheets. Like I say, they're all weeds. But I quite like that one because it's all chewed. There. Okay, so I'm going to get that. I mean, honestly, I've got a box full. You wouldn't believe what I've got. And I'm using old scrapbook papers that I know I won't use. So I'll use the white bit. Look at this. Sorry. Might be. I'll zoom out, rather. Yeah, this is, I made my own stamps years ago for art journaling and all this sort of thing. Done my own stencils. These are all cut by my Scan and Cut. I've got a really nice one somewhere that I really like. That one turned out quite good, actually. Oops. I got rolling pen with, that's for icing, I think. And of course, sequin waste, can't beat that. I've got some of that. Oh, I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, I've done all like things like this. There's all videos on the internet, just using some funky foam. Yeah, so I've collected a lot, and even stamping that sort of thing into it can look pretty good. Some circles there. I say these are all stencils that I've done. This is, I have no idea what that is, but it's great. That works really well. I haven't tried that. And then I got some scrapers, but you have to be careful with your scrapers that they don't damage the actual gel plate. So you just got to be gentle, that's all. And these silly things like this, no idea what that is, but that can turn out quite good. Yeah, I think I've literally, oh, and that's quite good too. It's like I'll just put some indentations in. And so I won't be using all this, that's for sure. But oh, there it is. That's one of them. I've got another one similar. They turn out really good. I like those. Yeah, so yes, I have been collecting and making all this sort of stuff years ago. Really enjoyed it. But I haven't done it for years, and I still was never very good, don't get me wrong. You know, to what I see around now, oh my gosh, some of them are absolutely amazing. And I will definitely link Robyn, is it Robyn, who I've actually played with some of her sheets that she created with using the gel plate and that. I'll link her channel because I just love her work. I love it with the gel press, absolutely amazing. So this is not going to be anything like hers, I can assure you. It was really funny yesterday, well, not yesterday, earlier on I used this, and I put all my paint on and everything, and I forgot to peel this off. And I thought, oh, what's the matter with it? It's not working very well. Anyway, I forgot to peel my sheet off. It's not as though I have never used one before. You have, but I did forget. It was funny. I wish I'd had the video rolling. I think you'd have had a good laugh anyway. Oh, I got like this. I use this for coffee staining and tea staining too. That's like those plastic sheets, tablecloths. I mean, it's quite expensive for a metre. I'll just get a quarter of a metre, you know. I've got a couple of ones, but I don't know where they are. Yeah, I got all these, you know, gory backgrounds, which I'll use outside. I wouldn't use any of those. And I got my leaves. Right, I'm going to start with black, I think. Plenty of copy of paper, cheap copy of paper as well for pulling off. I need some more actually. Right, so I'm going to start off with black acrylic. Okay, this year's got this from the scrap store, so it's a little bit cloggy, if you know what I mean. And I've got my little one next to me if I want to pull not any off, but I use it as a palette. You might, sorry, I haven't got enough room, but it's at the side of me. I can move it in a little bit. Okay, and I use that as a palette as well. I just need it a little bit. You know, this is not a tutorial. This is not an instruction video. This is me. Try it Tuesday, having a play. All right. So if you questions may be better if you search YouTube or search Google for them if you want them answering, because I'm no way have a lot of knowledge on this at all. Oh, a bits of lace as well. I got, sorry if you can see, bits of lace and even a bit of that is quite nice. Yeah. But I'm not sure whether I'll go into that today. Right. I usually keep one brayer for dark colours and one for light. Oops. Okay. You get too much paint on, you can just do it the side. I've got paper at the side of me to roll off on as well. Yeah. I've got my piece of paper over bubble wrap, so I get a different print out. I get something that comes out quite patchy like that, which can be useful. Right, let's put them down. It's got more veins on the inside, so right, and I'm going to use scrap card or paper for this bit. Okay, and you need to get those off. You have to watch that the leaves actually don't stick to the paper, so just sort of have a little look, make sure all that paint is picked up around it. That's all right, which you'll see in a minute. Okay, use that one. It's good for a layer. And then I'll do the down here. Okay, I'm just going to pop that there. Then these you can make, so get a clean bit, okay, and these you can use, so you peel them off gently, okay, and then you use it as a stamp. Just press it down. I'm not sure whether you can see, just sorry, but that's what I do, just press it down. Okay, I'll show you it when it's done. That's stuck to my plate. There we go. All right. So I'll do that with all those. Get them up. It'll be quite quick because it dries, especially in the heat. Some of them don't work very well, but I'll show you. So that's all I do now. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. That's that silk one. You can only use these a couple of times and then they disintegrate, but it's only a weed. Okay, and I'll do that with the rest and then I'll be back. Okay, I've had to put the fan on. It's getting a bit hot in here. Okay, that's dry now, and I put this on my palette like I've talked about before. So you want a nice fine covering, so I'll just squirt that on and I'll use my light one. So just doing that, and then you can, hopefully this don't dry too quick. Because with the fan on. Yeah, and you get your piece of paper. So I'm just rolling off on the side of me there. So I forgot to do that. Okay. There we go. Oh, I love that. That is absolutely lovely. Yeah. Very grungy, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I would definitely use that. Okay. Right, let's have one more. I'm going to do, I think I'll do like a reddy colour. And maybe add a little bit of yellow. So that's red ochre and cadmium deep yellow hue. Right, that's what I've got. Right, I'm gonna just pull off this bit of paint here. Side of me. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Got finger marks, look. I'm not going to worry about that. Right. Okay, so it's going to have oh, I might need a bit more. You forget it's a bigger plate, so okay. See? So I wouldn't use that like that. What I'll do now is these bits, if you can see, I've picked them up. And that might give an interesting effect, like that. So, oops. Let's be on the other one. So, pick that up, let's see. Silly me. Okay, and that sticks there. Okay, so just use that and filled it with some of the stamp effects, because I've got a couple of the other pages, so I don't need any more. So I thought I'd play around with that. And that was there. No, whether I use these or not, I don't know. I'll put them away. That's nearly dry. Yeah, I picked up this one already, so we won't get one here. And see. So I wasn't paying attention. Right, still buff titanium. Not enough. That, how cool is that? I mean, you know, that's going to look lovely. Yeah, really like that. Still some here. I don't know whether it'll pick up or not. I don't know. Let's have a go. Let's have a go with white. See if we can white and a bit of buff, because I've got loads of white. Saying that, it's usually the colour I run out of though. Let's use that. I doubt if I'll pick that up. But I do just leave it on there. I'm just picking up the other. Actually, that one's quite nice. Quite like that. It's a bit bright, but that's... It's going. Right, I'm not sure whether any will pick up, but... Well, that was weird, wasn't it? It's almost fuzzy. Oh well. We'll go over that one again. I wonder if we can pick any up. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes. Look at that. It's brilliant. Okay, you can go over that one. Yeah. Oh, I'll just pick that up, I think. Done. Okay, what I think I'm going to do now, I'm going to wait for that to dry, those things, and I think the best way forward is to actually make something at the end of it. Okay, I've just shown you, you know, what I've done. and I think it would be nice to actually make something. The ones that are done with the leaf, I am going to take a picture of or scan in, because I will play with those and I might make them available at some point. All right, so but I'd like to make something up too. So I'll tidy up and I'll be back. Okay, I'll show you that. I think this one went blurry because I actually had too much paint on it. Okay, but I really like the way that's come out. Okay, I'll show you the big ones first. Some of these at the bottom is what I've done before recently. So you saw me do some of these, and I've taken pictures of them, and I'll work with them in Photoshop and see what we can come up with. I really like this one. It's just, you know, faded version, but I still like what's going on in the background. Like I say, some of these were from yesterday. And that was a good clean one, wasn't it? Took some nice photos of that. And this, I love this one. That's the first ever one I've done. Really, really like that. And that was just something. I mean, you know, that's what, half an hour playing. Look at how many we've got. And these are the ones that I use the leaves back on, you know, once I've taken them off and stamped in there. And that's turned out quite nice now. I love the black ones as well. This one I done yesterday, but I don't know why I like this, but I do. There's something about it. That tore off, it stuck to another page and that tore off, and I thought, do you know what, for autumn that looks like a tree. Yeah, that's what I mean about sometimes they come out a bit too dense, but I think I'll use that in an autumn tag though. That I'm definitely going to use that. Yeah. And this one I stamped the leaves on coffee stain paper, yeah, which I've done previously, and then I thought that looked quite nice. And these are done on white. These are best to copy, if you know what I mean. And I shall do something with those. That was the brown ones. These I have no idea, but that's coffee stain paper. I really like that, and I think that'll make a nice background for something. This one was a stencil, or oh no, the mat that I showed you, one of those. Yeah, I like this one as well. I like that. So what I will do when I'm in Photoshop, let's have a look. I shall copy something. When I do this, you know, I can separate all this work, right? And I shall use bits of that to fill in here, okay, and make it look, you know, all veiny there, because I actually really like that one. Yeah, make something from that. And that was the other one there. I mean, quite a boring pull off really, but I can work with that. This, just whatever. And then some there. And there's some ones that I haven't filled in. Let me see. Yeah. But I'm still liking that. And there's another one that I really like. Yeah. I mean, you've just got to look at it in a different sort of setting, because I'm thinking of this being coffee stained, maybe draw all the veins in this here, but that could be quite an interesting tag there, right? I'm going to get my template out and just show you what I mean. Looks like the sun is going to come in, which is annoying. Right, this is what I've got. These that I've done. I've only got 2 left actually. I had all different sizes, but I left them somewhere. Right, so what I mean is, you imagine this coffee stained, okay? And then that made into a tag. There, I reckon that's going to look quite nice. Yes, do you know what? I'm going to do that one first before anything else, because that's in my head. You don't have to add much to that at all. Okay, this is only thin paper, so it's going to need to be stuck onto something. But I am going to... there, I reckon. Yeah. Because that's what I do. I get a piece of paper, you know, and I'll look, think, oh, that might look nice. That might, but this sort of thing is going to look nice wherever, really, for a background, for a tag. All right, I'm gonna put some coffee stain on it now, because it's damp anyway. So it's all nice and dry, and I ended up stitching around it while I was waiting. Right, I haven't got my Tim Holtz. I've got one pack, but not the colour I want. Because I might need to add a bit of red. Okay, but I use these sometimes and just rub it on. But I've got my little watercolour palette there. It's just bits of paper I always wanted these. It's got watercolours in them. They're really handy because they don't take no space, and they're right by the side of me, so if I ever need a spot of colour, then I use them. But I haven't got my Tim Holtz things out. I've got that pack out, but not the rest, so because I'm spit struck for time today. I got my pen to draw the things in there, which is a 005. Okay, and I got a few bits. I've cut a piece out of the other bit of paper that was left, done like a banner thing, and I got one of the Tim Holtz things that was actually in my pot the side of me, which the colours I thought went really well. It doesn't sort of pounce out or anything, but I don't know, it just sort of, I put a couple of things there, and I just thought, do you know what, it's that, I keep going back to that, so, and it's been hanging around, so I'm going to use it. Yeah, I got a box of more ARTYmaze stuff, because I've got mushrooms as well, actually. Sorry, they would go too. But anyway, we've got more of this. So, let's see what we're going to do. Right, shall we do that first, just in case it all goes wrong? Yeah, all right. Right. So, I am literally... This is going to be more of a suggestion. That's why I've got a really fine one. So I'm afraid of ruining it, really. Just sort of little suggestion. I mean, it'd be good if we'd have used the stamp from the leaf on this one, wouldn't it? But didn't see it, so I think this colour, I didn't use any. Did I use any green yesterday? I can't remember. I didn't use much. That's like a khaki colour. I was going to draw around it actually, just to give it, I want it to stand out because it is a really nice print. So I'm just going around it, but again, not pressing too hard. Just to give it a little bit of outline. Hope my head's not in the way, sorry. I tend to put my head forward when doing things like this. Now I would never ever have done a tag or anything in these colours, honestly, and that's why I like doing things, you know, with the gel plate and things like that, using colours I wouldn't normally use, because it makes you work. Do you know what I mean? It makes you sort of play a bit, and you never know, you might come up with something really nice. I'm really liking this one, mind. I really am. Right there, for some reason. Yeah, I'm not the greatest on flowers and leaves and things like that. I can draw faces till the cows come home, but that's made that stand out a little bit more, I think. Like a suggestion. Right, okay, and what was I going to do here? Okay, got a bit of music paper, because look at that tone in there. That's cool. I've got nothing, the only red, because I've got a bit of red here, in here. Yeah, and I've got a red ticket to go here. And I've just got a little bit of red to poke through there, because I felt as though in a minute when I do it, I needed it. So that's that. And again, this is just sort of hanging around, scrap end there. But I really like that. I'm just going to put that on with that, I think. Might be upside down. Anyway. Sorry if it annoys anybody. Right, where do I want that? I want that to miss that. I think that's about right. Let's have a look. I can come up a little bit more. And yeah, I got two butterflies that would have gone there. bring that out just a little bit. That's why I use some brads. I've got enough of them. I would normally have done a bit of stamping and all that up there, but I just think it's actually quite busy in itself, so I'm leaving it for now to see if I can live with it. That's that. And I'm going to put a bit of that up here as well. Not much, just a tiny bit. And I've got this, and I've just backed it again on a bit of the paper that was left. That was from, I don't know, last year. Sheet I've printed out with different quotes and things. I look on Pinterest and places like that for quotes and things. And just need a little bit of red down there. Let's see what we got. That colour's quite good. Hopefully it's crimson. Yeah. And I got a small brush, new. I'm just using a bit of water from here because my water pot is a little bit grubby. so I'm just gonna put a little bit of water on there. Don't know how this paper will react. It's scrapbooking paper, isn't it? It's not had any gesso or anything on, so this might be a bit dark. Yeah, not dark. It's not dark enough, if anything. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in it. A bit orangey now. Okay. Try a bit of black. Okay. A little bit more red. I should have the right colour. Still quite, these are quite intense, so that's better. Alright, still, that's too orange. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a bit of this over the top. I just pick up a little bit from the side. Don't put it in the middle because you might get a patch on you. So when you haven't gessoed it, the paper just absorbs the colour, so you have to be really careful. I think I've got winter, spring, terrible, mixed up in this one. I think I've just got everything. Have we got any music paper? Yeah. Okay. Right, I think we'll call that done myself, unless I use a bit of gesso. It's quite striking though, it really is. I mean, I would not have come up with that at all, and it's, you know, the gel print that has led to that, something totally different. Yep, so that's number one. Well, I'm going to have to leave it at that, I'm afraid, because time has just flown by, and because I need to edit this video for tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So, or I'll try it Tuesday, try it Wednesday. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that one. Anyway, I'll just give you an insight on how my mind works with things like this, and it was just great fun. So thank you very much, and thank you everybody that's continued to support me and my junk journaling days. It's great. Thank you. Bye bye.